What for clients? And all of them were paying 1.5. I want to show you why you will hate selling first. You hear people talk about selling. You think it is a sexy game. Selling, as I say, is like dating. Most of us, we are marrying people we don't like, yeah? Because we fear to date the ones we like. That's it. Yeah, that's the truth. When you ask 90% of the married people, did you like that ninja? He say no. Why did you settle for him? He's the one who approached. He's the one who was in need of me. The truth is, you never had the confidence and the skill to approach the person you would like. So when you master sales, dating is going to be easy for you. When you master dating, sales can also be what? Because it is the same. Because also dating, you have ladies and men have two things. They have problems. They have what? Ambitions. If you come in that angle, you should say yes, even before you start. That's it. That's why we call it a relationship. So in sales also, a client has two things. She has a problem she wants to erase off using your products or service, or she has an ambition she wants to further using your products or. That's why you shouldn't be scared to approach as many persons as possible, because it is not them that actually, it's not you who needs them, it's actually them who needs. However, they are too shy and so proud that they cannot come looking for you. It is only the other 6%, the buyers in heat, who are actually in heat, as you hear the word, that are badly looking for a solution. But the biggest percentage, they're okay. Whether you come next year, it's what? Now, your job is to increase the speed of decision making. So a salesperson, that's why I started saying, is a person who helps another person or an organization to make good decisions for themselves, not for you. Now, the question is, why would you hate selling? A salesman who can't close deals won't like selling. We can come here and talk like angels from above, but the moment you're not closing a deal, you will hate selling. Of course, he's not winning, and that's because there is something that he doesn't know. The ignorance in the selling process is the only reason he would not like being a salesperson. When you don't understand something, you aren't in control. And when you aren't in control, you aren't going to like what you're doing. How many of you know how to swim? Swim. Do you like swimming? But do you know how to swim? Can you be there? If I pushed you there, would you really like it? In that water, deep water. So a person who is not closing deals will automatically hate selling. So the first syndrome we have to remove is, how fast do I close my first deal? Why? And the reason why you are not closing deals is because there is certain information you don't know. If you don't know how to swim, you will not like the water, as my brother. You will not like. It's like if you don't know how to drive, and I come and say, bro, you are the one taking me around town. Yeah. How do you feel if our director says, admin, today you are the one taking us around the field? You're like, yeah, I love driving, but no. You can lose like 10 pounds just that minute of sitting and what? But if you have the skills, it's like, it's okay. Let's go. No problem. So if you know how to drive a client from the prospecting part up to closing him, you know all the process, you have the confidence of any driver navigating on the road. Does it make sense? So all you need to know, the fears you have is because you're ignorant of certain aspects. But once you remove that ignorance, the fear disappears. If you fear waters, if you fear swimming pools, once you take lessons and practice here and there, next time when you see any water, you are like, man, let's go. Right? So that's why I liked it when Rick says, let's go through this sales training. And at least you will know every stage you are on. So that's why I'm saying whoever hates selling is that person who is not closing deals. And the person who is not closing deals is that person who has certain information he doesn't know. Like I told you, different kinds of no's. Now imagine someone, I will call you back. You're like, okay, fine. Can I take your number? And he gives even a wrong number. Because you don't know that he's saying indirectly no. If he badly wants the product, why should he postpone next week? Are you getting the point? So you understand the dynamics of the whole arrangement so that it becomes easy for you. So, to me, I think when sales are not moving in right, you need to amplify two things, as we shall see in future. Two things. In mathematics, engineer would accept, even all of us who started this mathematics. They used to say distance is equal to speed times what? Work. Which is the distance? Work done is force times the distance. And then distance is speed times time. Now, the force we are talking about is the ability to close the deal. That intensive force you are putting. So for the worker to be done, you have to have the force you're exerting on a client within a specified period. So you need to know what we call a sales process, especially when you are selling these premium products. There are a few clients who will make a buying decision instantly. Others, you have to walk them through a process. We are calling it a sales. So you shouldn't rush to closing a deal when you should be identifying action needs. You may not even do it in one setting. You may set that sales process. And I'm leaving one step to another. Why? You don't want to just get rid of the products. You want to sell someone who is going to be comfortable with your products so that he can tell a neighbor that you call these guys, they helped me. And specifically, Angel. You may be all selling for this company, but some people want specific what? Because they make them feel comfortable buying with them. So you need to learn how to make your clients comfortable buying from you. Does it make sense? So the reason why you hate selling is going to be only one, when you're not closing. I also want to make something clear before we go prospecting, is that there is what we call the instant sales mentality of all the new salespersons. All the companies have been training, especially the new people. When they come to the company, they think there is going to be instant sales. That's a lie, bro. Because now we are in a technological world, you can cook an egg within 1 minute. You know those egg boilers. You have microwaves. Before 3 minutes done, you have gas. Food that used to take 3 hours. With our latest technology, my brother. Even you see the pump. It used to take us years to carry jerry cans, right? But now here it tells you around 14 liters per second. You think, Now, because of that latest technology, you may think that that's how it should also be here. I'll talk to Angel, buy from me. Talk to Angel, buy from me. Hey, man, that's not how it works. So, in short, closing sales cannot be instant. It requires strong work ethic. It requires? So, if you don't have a strong work ethic, then consider yourself not a salesperson. Because it's going to be a very interesting hard journey. But once you master what is required in that hard journey, then you'll do it as if it was not hard. Can you imagine? When you are seeing your director driving that car, you may think it is easy. Right? But it may have taken him a whole month to learn how to drive it. right? But if I gave it to you, it would take you also, my brother. You would hit every wall that is next to you. Why? Because it's hard. But once you do it, you know how to do it. You get a good instructor. He teaches you all the dynamics of it. Gear one, you come back. Crutch, don't you? You know that steps they go through. Once you master it, you do it, you start doing it as if it was not hard. So once also you master sales and you do it like a professional, whoever will see you will think it is what? Easy. And then you're like, okay, come and join, also try it. You go there, everyone abuses. You're like, but they're abusing me. Yes, because you don't know the process. And I want to tell you that sales is one of the hardest things. It's what? In fact, it's the hardest thing. I don't care what you're doing. Sales is the hardest. Do you know what makes it hard? It makes you face the worst human fear in the world. Fear of rejection. You'd rather die rather than being what? That's why you are settling with girls you don't like, guys. And the girls you're settling with guys you don't. Because you fear the one you like will reject. Am I making sense? But for us sales people, every day we expose it to being. That is the worst fear. That's why someone I normally use, I had a friend who was recruiting. Two of them, they are recruiting agents. I used to interact with them so much. 90% of the clients he was getting, those who are looking for jobs, they would first say, me, I want any job other than sales. Sales, 90%. They're like, but the ones that are already available, no, don't recruit me. Me, I want any other job. Someone would rather choose to be a house girl than being what? Do you know why? Fear of rejection. Now, if you master the fear of rejection and you enjoy it, you are going to be a master at sales. Now, for example, we are on, let's say, an exhibition. You are in your tent. How many people will come to your tent? Some good number, right? But how many people will you reach when you're out of the tent? Vis-a-vis how many are coming to your tent? Which is the biggest number? We are at the exhibition. You have your tent like that one. Someone has chosen to be in the tent. And someone has chosen to meet others in their tents. Or the two, who is going to reach more people? But what would you choose? Stay in the tent, demonstrate, get sales. It doesn't work that way. You have to meet people. What you don't want is a person to look for you. When I look for you, I come with my agenda. And my agenda as a client may not be giving you business. But when you look for me, you come with your what? Hey. So that's why I'm trying to tell you that don't sit and wait for people, for clients to look for. Find them where they are. Talk to them, as we shall see. And another last thing, then we go to the real cake. This is just like warm up. There is two things. The other things I will show you. But two things you need to know. There is what we call in sales, there is what we call number of tasks versus importance. Importance of tasks. The sad fact is that most salespeople procrastinate on the top 10% items that are the most valuable and important, which are the vital few, and busy themselves instead with the least important 90%, the inconsequential many, that contribute very little to the results. Do you know how salespeople waste time? They busy themselves in the 90% and forget the 10% or the most important. The most important activity of a salesperson is picking the phone, setting the appointment, making the sales presentation. Whatever shit you're doing is not necessary. These are the many consequential. Yes. But I've seen most of my sales teams, you find they are busy, actively engaging in sales activities which actually don't lead to closing the sale.
Now, the important question you will ask yourself is, when you are like this working hours, ask yourself, whatever I'm doing, is it leading to the closing of the sale, and how fast is it? Because you're here to close the sale, full stop. Business means income in. Income means sales. It's much easier to sell more products than actually even looking for funding, because it is that easy. As the director is hustling getting the funders, we should be hustling getting the sales. That even if those guys don't turn up, we still have more capital to invest in production. I think that is the most logical thing. But most salespeople will busy themselves in the inconsequential many activities. And if you met the graduates, they will tell you all the jargons. Yet you ask, okay, I've had. How is that going to lead to a sale? Because you are fearing to meet the client. Now you are trying to busy yourself. So what I've learned in a short time is pick the phone. Hello, Angel. How are you? We had an arrangement of meeting today. Do we still have that arrangement? Yes. Can we meet at 9? Yes, I will be there. 2. Go there, make your sales presentation, come back. 30 minutes max, gone. Another person, another one. By the time you reach in the evening, you already what? And then when you reach at home, you go sit down, formulate text, thank them. Our meeting was so useful. I hope I will be of great service to your garden. Hoping you'll make. I mean, you follow up. We call them follow up methods. We are going to look at them. How do you follow up a client? 90% of the sales die in follow up. You don't follow up. You follow up wrongly. You use unnecessary terms. You raise doubt in your client in your follow up. I mean, there are so many mistakes we make, especially as we are selling premium products. If you are selling maize, you don't need to learn these things for sure. If you are selling rice and sugar, do you need to learn? You don't need. You all need is to be in the business road. Sure, that we have sugar, people will come buy. But for hours here, you have to first go through this. And an interesting part is once you master sales, the whole world will be your friend. You'll be passing around and, yes, Angel, yes. Because of them, you've sold something to them. Does it make sense? So, in short, you should always ask yourself, in these sales activities you are doing, what are the more core important tasks I have to complete per day? And then, because don't confuse the number of tasks with the importance of tasks. There are people who appear to be less busy, but they are closing more deals. How do they do it? They have learned that importance is better than the numbers. You may have several number of tasks, but all of them are not leading to the close of the sale. Yet, someone comes, appears, is not so busy, and for example, when I was assuming team leadership at the radio, I realized the most important task is developing the team, the sales team. I took 3 months to do so. Now I appear like I'm doing nothing there. Actually, I'm not doing so much. All my job is, where are they missing? Correct it. Go. That's why I can come. Go anywhere. And the team continue what? And other leaders say, but why are we paying this ninja? He's doing nothing. Yes, I'm doing nothing. Let me be away for a 1 week and you see that I was doing what? So you should actually learn to know, in any field you get in, ask yourself, what are the most important tasks I have to complete? And then go ahead and do what? Execute them. Don't confuse the number of tasks with importance of tasks. So I think that is very important. Now, prospecting is just simply one thing, your ability to identify the possible buyers of your product. And I think that's it. So your job is to search, and I drew it from the Bible if you are a Christian. But even Muslims love Jesus. Jesus said, seek and you will find. Seek, which means finding is only reserved for those who are seeking. Finding for getting buyers or having buyers is only reserved for those who are looking for them. That's it. Now, the question is, why am I not having people buying from me? The truth is, you've not been looking for them. Why? The master teacher said, the Son of God, according to Christians, say, seek and knock, and they shall open for you. And also I want to tell you, in the sales we have a saying I developed, not all closed doors are locked. Some doors need some push. So you come, you find the door is closed. You go back. You come again, you find the door is closed. You go back. That is stupid. Not all closed doors. Not all clients that seem to be closed on your product are actually locked that they won't accept. Some of them need some push. And that's why we are learning sales. We are learning how to push them politely into buying our product. And most open doors are actually locked doors. I've been in sales for 15 years now, but what I've learned is that someone who seemingly look forward to working with me have actually not worked with me. But those who actually refused it in the first time and challenged me not to have what they need, once I explain them the best way, they end up buying from me. So don't be excited when you find the engines open expecting your product. Most of them will not buy. And if you disagree with me, once you do enough sales presentation, you'll come and say, that ninja was right. Right? So not all closed doors are what? Most of them need some push. Push call. See if it's locked. So clients who are close to your product are actually not locked against you. You need some push. But an intelligent push. You need to push but not appear to be pushy. People don't like pushy people, but you need some. We shall learn it how to exert force in future of it. How do you exert a force on a client? Let him do what you want him to do. And he assumes that he's the one who has done it. You get? So I think that is very interesting. So prospecting is employing all means possible to find possible customers. It is a search for individuals or organized people, such as companies or organizations that can take proper advantage of your product, service, or ideas. It is interrupting a person's day. It is difficult and awkward to interrupt someone's day. That's why prospecting becomes so hard and the most frightening part of a sales process. Do you hear people saying that closing is hard? The truth is, most people fear is prospecting. In the sales process, I have found prospecting, all my team people fear what? If I give you a task, which I will give you, that every day just identify me only 2 qualified buyers. Just 2 in a day. Just. In a week, that is 14. In a month, that is what? 28. Right? And in a quarter, you are in 100. So if you are 5, how many are you reaching? That's what? You will see how people are struggling. Do you know why? What makes prospecting the hardest part of the sales process? It involves interrupting someone's day. And people don't like people who are interrupting. Now imagine we are doing a training and some ninja comes and knocks at the door. Do you know the look I would give him? I would say himself, watch away, kwenda. You remember there is a video that's saturated? He was talking and the soldier was passing. He's like, talk away. You get? So we are in the middle of a serious conversation and the ninja said, can you buy some musa? You're like the idiot.
But that is his sales process. He has to interrupt you to sell to you. And most people don't like to be interrupted. But you, as a salesperson, you have to interrupt them. So the question is, how many are you interrupting per day? Hello, how are you? I'm fine. I'm Angel from Nature Now. Nature Now, okay. What do you want? I brought the pump. Pump for what? Who told you you need the pump? You mean you don't want pump? Watch away, go. You're like, you go to another one. Hello, I'm from Nature Now. Hey, go. Hey, that's it. If you know how to run sales, you should study Jesus. You get? Jesus was a very interesting salesperson. He told his disciples, go preaching. Those who will accept you, bless them. Those who will reject you, curse them. That was Jesus. But I'm not saying curse them. Those who will accept you, stop at blessing them. Those who will say no, you say next. Don't curse them. You get? But the most important thing is you cannot increase your sales when you're not interrupting people's days. Because if you don't interrupt them, how will you get them? Everyone has his agenda, and in his agenda you're not there. You have to make sure that you are part of his agenda. That's it. Because Jesus said, seek and you will find. Finding is reserved for seekers. Knock and it shall be opened. So being opened is reserved for those who are what? Knocking. So the question, not everyone you knock to will open for you. No way. But when you knock on enough doors, some will open for you. So the whole question is, how many doors am I knocking? Knowing that some will, some won't. So what? Some will open for you, some will say no. Others even will choose to work again with your competition. How is that? I don't know. How can we solve that? I don't know. After all, we are not here for 1,000 years. All we need is to work with those who are willing to work with us, full stop. How will you get those who are willing to work with us? By moving all around, because we don't have a technology to identify clients. Do you have a technology? Like, you put a machine on your smartphone, you pass by scanning. It's like, now this one will buy. I have a pump, take it, pay me. Does it work? No. You have to, it's like refining gold. You have to get as much data as what? And filter through. Gold will remain, dust will go. That's how you find clients. So how do I get more clients? By talking to more prospects. Simple. How do I talk prospects? By overcoming the fear of rejection. How do you overcome the fear of rejection? It's simple. By being rejected more than 100 times. That's it. There is no formula, bro, for overcoming that fear. How do you fear water? By being in water. By not reading 1,000 books on how to stay in water. Listening to videos and podcasts, how to stay. No way, you have to be in the water. Does it make sense? And how do you, those who have fears of height, how do you overcome the fear of heights? By climbing as high as humanly possible. That's it. Some people are allergic to driving. How do you fear that? Be in the steering wheel, drive. Get panic will go. How do you overcome the fear of girls? By being with them. Talk to as many as possible. Let them abuse you. Because at the first, you're not interested in them accepting you. At first, you are just overcoming the fear that they will do what? You expect them to reject you. It's okay. Talk to as many. Be in their group as much as what? And then finally, you start finding it what? Easier. So, but I also tell you what makes people fear prospecting. It's because most of them, you consider them to be bosses because you need the money. So you feel like, what if they say no? Did you have their money?
Now that they have said, do you have it? Where is the loss? If you are not my client, and you cannot be my client, but I've attempted to make you my client, do I have any loss? So in actual sense, you have no loss. For example, if I was dating her, and she rejects me, do I have any loss? Do I have any loss? Did I have her in the first instance? Do I have her? So why do you feel like you have lost? You can't lose what you don't have, bro. But you can attempt to have it. So you cannot lose a client you have not converted. So don't fear converting them. Your chances are high when you convert them. However, now what we are learning is to identify those bad from good so that you can zero on the good ones and try to persuade those who are ready. We already have characteristics. You get? But what I wanted to let you know that you involve interrupting. Interrupting your prospect today is a fundamental building block of robust sales pipelines. Prospecting is about filling your sales funnel, no matter your prospecting approach. If you don't interrupt relentlessly, your pipeline will be anemic, and the basic rule of selling success is for you to never let your funnel become. We have a funnel. Do you know a funnel? Engineer, you know a funnel? It's like this, then there is a. You put as much water as here, but some residues remain on top. It's only clean water that does go to the what? So the clean water is all the people you put on top. Then through that, you force them to actually go down. Those who will go through are the ones who are likely to buy, but you must have as many water with that as possible to get more clean water. So if you are going to have more people buying from you, you have to interrupt people as much as possible. Some will buy from you, some will not buy from you. But again, to be successful in sales, you don't need so many people buying from you. For example, if you are closing 100 deals a month, it's enough for now, right? 100 deals, the paper is at 1.2. That's 120 million, right, per month. It's that easy. You don't need so many. And if you talk to 10 and you get one, you talk to 10, you get one. By the end of the week, if you talk to 40, you're ready for having 4 to buy. Now, if you have 5, that is 20. You get. Now, the question is, how do you multiply? I mean, you must set realistic targets and work towards hitting them. So that's why I'm trying to say that you can relentlessly interrupt people's days so that you may stand a chance. Out of so many years Jesus spent preaching, he only got people willing to follow him. 12 people. Can you imagine? Eh? You got? Jesus was a good teacher. When you read those books, you see this guy was a genius. Who were there 200,000-300,000 years ago? In fact, 2,000 years ago. But when you look at his teaching, you're like, wow, this is interesting. However, he got 12 disciples, and he was doing miracles. For you, which miracles are you doing other than pumping a number of liters per second? That is a miracle. However, you cannot come close, so you have to have a number. So if you are not much at selling, you talk to 10 and get. That's it. If you get better, you talk to 10, you get. And if you're a professional, a senior, you talk to 10 and get 3. 7 say no. Now, once you know your ratio, it's very okay. See how the ratio works? You should know your percentages. I'll make appointments, make phone calls, 20 appointments, and 5 will accept to meet me. If especially I'm doing cold calling. So I should know my percentage. Now, if out of 20, 6 says yes, that is how much? 6 times 1.2 in a week. How much is that? Most likely 7.2. Is that bad for a week? Engineer, is that bad for a week? Now, if 5 of you was making 7.2, You think nature now would be the way it is? Now the question is, how do we do that? Just prospecting. Talk to as many clients. I have girls I was dating 7 years ago and they rejected me totally, but now they are WhatsApping. Hi Angel, how are you? I miss you. But Ninja, you rejected me. Okay. One girl asked, but Angel, do you have children? I was like, most likely. You even don't know? I was like, yes, I don't know. It's like, why? Because I don't know. You know, girls are very specific. Maybe last years I was so lousy they wouldn't see me being a good father and they are waiting for me to be a celeb so that they bring my children. So I'm working to be a celebrity. Because there's a time I was actively working with for TV and I was seeing so many girls. Hi Angel, can I see you? For what? Now that I'm becoming a celebrity, you can watch me on your phone. Now you want to see me for what? So I was making that joke that maybe they are waiting for me to be extra wealthy and they start dropping my children, right? What am I trying to say? Some clients will reject you this year and accept to work with you next year. So when they reject you, don't take it personal. A girl will say, no, I don't like you, you're so ugly and you know you're handsome. Tells you all that crap, you're like, oh, I didn't know that I'm ugly. I think I need to watch in my mirror again. You don't take it personal. You're like, are you sure? Yes. Okay, do you mean we can stay in touch? No. If you don't call me again, it's like, okay, fine. But in case you need to talk to me, I'm open. You go. Why? After she gets issues, you're like, hi, Angel. Can I see? It's like, obviously, I'm around town. You know, I have issues. What my mom, like, how much? 200. I can afford 50 now, man. I wish you told me earlier. Give her. And before you know it, the relationship what? Hey! So what am I trying to tell you? That when a class brushes you off, don't abuse him. Man, those guys can make you run crazy. You must have superior emotional intelligence to deal with class. They can make you run. Now, so what are trashing? He can trash your product. And then you imagine the hustle you've gone through to produce it. You're like, you're joking. Even you can box him. Now you've vetted a girl, you've bought her beers, whatever she can drink. After she has taken everything, she says, man, you're ugly. You don't even deserve to talk to her again. How do you feel? Engineer, how do you feel? Do you feel good? You're like, man, idiot, I can't even slap you, man. But clients are more trashing than girls. That's why I have to know these things. If I know you're going to trash me, how will it affect me? There's a girl I was dating when I was still in high school. She said, you're not my fit. It's like, are you sure? It's like, yes. It's like, I didn't know that. But I would talk, I was always like that. But even you're not serious. It's like, are you sure? Yeah, I'm very serious even when I'm not serious. Very serious in my seriousness. Okay. She trusted me, I take it rightly. And then I told her, don't worry, if you think I'm number 11, it's okay. That if you think I'm going to be on a school team, I was in football. I started in the first team. When I reported the first day, the coach saw me that I deserved to be. And the first team, in 2 weeks, they would trash out that team. But when they were trashing that team, I'm the only one who succeeded to go in the. And also, the third team, they said, maybe you can improve. And then later, when they were trashing the third team, I was also brought on the second. Still, on a what? Maybe you can improve. But finally, I led my team to a national. So I was like, whatever team you want to put me on, just keep me there. You realize that I'm supposed to be on the first team. She looked at me after trashing me, you get? It's like, don't worry. I'm used to that shit, okay? And we end up being girlfriends. So a client is the same way. She can trust you, keep him around. Tell her success stories. Clients want success stories. Hey man, when I was with Angel at his farm, the pump was working so well and the yields are good. You get. The guy say, I don't want. Why are you telling me those stories? I don't want your pump. You're like, fine. I thought you need these updates. Especially when you see he has the other qualities. He has a problem. He can afford the money and all that. He's just a bias in the power. He's trying to Isaac around. So you have to push him with success. What? Like how you push these ninjas. Like man, when I was the director with Sales Connect, who is that director? That guy is international. Those are stories. Those are the ones they want. Recently, I was with the local government minister there, man, trying to discuss him with some of our projects. Those are success. What? So ladies also want success. What?